Hey y'all, and welcome to the video. Today let's see how we can be able to design a birthday flyer. Now birthday flyers are very simple to design, but a lot of designers tend to complicate things, especially those who are new in designing. So it's very important you keep your designs as simple as possible. Alright? Except you're very good in designing that you understand how to input things which are shiny or images which actually look good, but when you combine it in designing, it looks terrible. So always keep your designs as simple as possible. All right, like me, I don't always like implementing those things because at times it looks cliche. So it's very important that you keep your designs unique so that it remains memorable to the client. All right. A lot of those things are things in which other people use, and it becomes very normal. So you want to keep your designs be as unique as possible. So here's an example, and don't have that much information. So let's get right into this tutorial. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to input or import the image of the birthday person. Okay, let's go with this. All right, we're just going to place that image there, and this time we're going to use cloning to get our background. So I want us to use the background of this girl's dress. So what we are going to do is we're going to go to color and we click on the plus sign. Now when we click on the plus sign, you come over here and click on that first pencil, and you select the image in which you want to clone its color. So you make sure if you're cloning, you always look over here so that you see the intensity of the color you're choosing. Now if you're having troubles actually getting the right color, you can click on this. Anytime, anywhere you say this, you can click on it to zoom on the image in which you're looking at. So that will help you see. And if you zoom to the appropriate size, you just click on it to make it stationary. And all right, I see this color intensity looks good. Let's go with that. All right, so we have that. Now the next thing I did was I applied gradient. So you can as well choose not to apply gradient. Let me just do it for the sake of practice so you get to understand how gradient works. So to apply gradient, click here. Once you choose the selected shape, you click over here, and we're going to still clone, so you can as well clone when doing ingredients. So you select the part which is this corresponds to this, and this corresponds to this. So you choose this part and click on this, and you just simply go with the background, overall background you choose. So you have that, and over here, which corresponds to this, we're going to make it transparent. So let's intensify this and reduce this a little bit. So there you go. You can as well try to center this. All right, let's just, I think center alignment will do the trick. So choose whatever alignment you want, but I prefer to go with center alignment. So we have that. Make sure the gradient looks perfectly fitted into the design. I think I'll reuse this, and let's make this fainted a little bit. Now it can be really to just to actually get the gradients right. At times you feel like it hasn't really synced into the design. So I think you can work with that one. So that's it. And the next thing we need to do is to add your text. So happy birthday. So I'll use, I'll use happy birthday. Make sure that it is center aligned, and you choose a very good font. All right, your font is what makes it as catchy as possible. So I would like using this font. Now, a lot of times you guys are going to face these difficulties. So, at times, pixel art goes crazy and just starts upsetting your design. So, if it does and you're having issues getting it back, just quickly reset your phone. So, turn off your phone and turn it on again, and it's going to come back. So, there you go, guys. That is pretty much it. And the next thing, oops. So, for the date, I might choose to download a certain shape from Google and just apply it. Right, I think I use this, so you might choose to go with that, and you can, position it in a way that it looks nice and it's not very distracting. Positioning too is very important when you're designing. So all right, so we're going to go with a thicker color to the one we use for the background. All right, let's go with that, which is thicker. So what we do here is we go to that same color. So here's the color, but we're going to drag this to the very end and decrease the size over here. So you see it is the same color, which is brown, but with a different intensity. So this is a trick you can also use to design. So we're gonna write the, let's say, what's that date again, 27th. Now I'm just trying to, these are not actually actual dates, but I'm just trying to fill in the information so that you can just get how these things are done. Now the font I used there was Creative Display. So you can just place that over there. And we're going to decrease the line spacing. Once you decrease the line spacing, we're going to increase the size of the font so that it takes most of the space on that shape. So there you go. Now the next part is when we have the quotes, the quotation. So you can as well go to, now assuming they can't give you a quote. If you don't have a quote, maybe you're just doing testing of your design, you can just come over here and choose a quote. All right, I'm just going to take any random quotes. It's not like I'm actually doing this for an actual client, so it's just to fill in the gap. So we decrease the size and we position it over here. The size, let's keep it at a medium. Okay, so something we might choose to want to do is maybe change the color of the text so that it looks very much readable. Um, so you want to make sure that everything is readable to your client. So that's just basically it, guys. It's all about reading the informations that is on the flyer. So it's too big. So once you have that, you can extend it up. So the other stuff I did there was basically taking the shapes and erasing some parts. I don't really know how to explain what I did, but just going to show you guys. But before I do that, let's log these images so that I don't get interrupted when designing. So the thing I did was I went on shapes and dragged this to form a long rectangle, and I increase the size. And at that point where you have it maybe half, the thing I did there was I also copied it But before I copied it, I made it black first. So I made it black and I copied it and click on edit. It's still separated. So the thing I did there was I changed it back to white. So this is another thing which is very much needed when you're designing. So I adjusted it so it can fit into it. So once it's like that, I adjusted it once again. Now to easily make it stand into the design, I just centered everything. Alright, so that is that. And the thing I did here next was I choose a rectangle and I cut part of it. So possibly this part, I cut that part, and what I did was I merged. So here's something you guys will learn, especially in logo design. So click on this, you click on this below here, and you select these shapes. I apply three shapes, so you select three shapes. Make sure the ones in which you want it to cut out are the white part, while the ones you want it to stay are the black parts. So you have black and you have these two whites. So once you're done selecting, you click over here. Once you click, you accept OK. Now you've actually merged those parts. Now you scroll over to where you have eraser, no, not eraser, but erase color, and just swipe it off. Now you turn your tolerance to its maximum so that you don't get any piece of that white over there. And something I did was I just changed the color, so you can decrease the size to where you want it. Once you decrease the size, you can now choose to make it that color. I think I'll prefer making it white. Now let's see if we can decrease this color, this size, and so as we can have enough space for this to enter. Now to easily get the other part, you can as well, I don't think I would like to have that, so I just feel like this is too much. Let's try to cut it out a little bit, and to cut it out, let's use eraser. So we're using eraser. You have the shape over here, you just click on this and you click on the square. Now when you click on it, you can just adjust the square to where you want it to cut out. So I think there is okay. Now to make it cut out, just click on this and you have it cut out this part. So you have that. And to get the other side, I just copy it and rotate. When you rotate, you just place it where you actually want it to be, and you can use your ruler to make sure everything is straight up. Alright, it looks already straight. Now you can lock those images, and let's just stick with our normal white, and we're done. Now extract. You can download it as such, and you click on PNG. I always like using PNG formats. You can as well use JPEG, because of course these images are in JPEG formats, and save to your gallery. So that's basically it, guys, and thank you for making it to the end. That's just a simple way you can design something that's unique to your clients. Make sure your client gives you the best quality photos he or she has, and to make something as beautiful as this. You can as well try to go through Pinterest and other Google to look at other people's design and see how to get inspiration from that to maybe to come up with your own concept. All right.